Good evening, everybody. How are you? So glad to be here. My name is Jennifer Matthews. This is Developing Your Debt-Free Dream Lifestyle. Come to you live every Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time with Developing Your Debt-Free Dream Lifestyle. And this is where we do just what it says. Work with you to develop your debt-free dream lifestyle. What do? I work with Henrys, high earners who are not rich yet, high earners who have not reached their goals, their desires, making good money, but just haven't quite gotten there. Just are not where you think you want to be or think you should be financially, helping you to get there. Stressed by debt, all of those things. I help you to get out of debt using my Signature M.O.N.E.Y system. That's what I do. So we are live on Facebook, live on Zoom. Zoom has the slides, and we post them up on our YouTube channel. So you can go to YouTube, type in Matthews on Money. Let me actually start the slides because it's actually in the slides. So let me do that. Okay, so developing your debt-free dream lifestyle. Let's get the legal stuff out the way. Individual financial results may vary. Jennifer S. Matthews, Creating Financial Literacy, LLC, and any of its entities do not render financial, legal, tax, or real estate advice. The content is for informational purposes only. So you can go to YouTube, type in Matthews on Money, all one word. Matthews on Money, all one word. That will take you to my YouTube channel. Most of these Thursday night videos are posted on the YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button when you go to the YouTube channel, and there you can see the videos. Make sure you share the videos. There's some really good content in these YouTube videos. So make sure that you share these videos, okay? So tonight, what we are talking about is my Signature M.O.N.E.Y system. So I have mentioned it each and every week, and tonight I'm going to start talking about it. Facebook is freezing up. Look at the top of the page, and there's the Zoom link. Type in the Zoom link, and you can join us on Zoom Live. When you come on Zoom, make sure you mute your microphone in case I don't mute it fast enough. Come on to Zoom. Top of the Facebook page is the Zoom link or the dial-in telephone number. You can listen because Facebook is freezing up. Okay, tonight we're going to talk about my Signature M.O.N.E.Y system. I have mentioned it every week. So now I'm going to dive into it. So I'm excited because we are on a mission to become debt-free. The media doesn't tell us that we can be debt-free. So a lot of people don't believe it. We say that we don't believe everything we see and hear in the media, but we believe a lot more than we give ourselves credit for, okay? You can absolutely become debt-free. I was watching the news this morning, And there was a woman on the news who had law school debt, $215,000 worth of debt from law school. She paid it off, zero balance in 4 years. 4 years. Her rent was $1,600 a month, and she had some other bills as well. Her minimum payment was $2,000 a month on that law school debt. She paid it off in 4 years. In 4 years. So, yes, you can become debt free. The media, the advertisers, and the retailers don't want any of us to be debt free, so they don't talk about it. They talk about credit scores so we can go spend some more, which lines their pockets and keeps us on lockdown. Keeps us on lockdown. Okay, so grab a notepad. You know I'm all about writing stuff down because we're visual people. You are planning your debt-free dream lifestyle, so you need to write the vision and make it plain. We've been talking about that for the past couple of weeks. So you're in the right place today if you are stressed by debt. And one of these weeks, I'll bring in some statistics about how many people are stressed by debt, how many people don't sleep at night. It's like something like 80%. So if you wake up in the middle of the night because you're stressed by debt and you can't fall asleep, call somebody because they awake with you. Call somebody because it's like 80% of the people making $80,000 or more. That's off the top of my head. I'm going to go get the real statistics. I'm going to look it up. I have it on my computer. I'll bring you the numbers one of these Thursday nights. You're in the right place if you're tired of scraping by. And don't think it's people making $30,000 that's scraping by. It's people making $80,000, $100,000, $150,000 a year who are scraping by. If you're tired of arguing about money, and people laugh at me when I say this, but sometimes you're arguing with yourself. Go ahead and get it. You can't afford it. Yes, you can. We could afford this. No, we can't. Yes, we can. Arguments with yourself sometimes. It's not always with your spouse. It's not always with your kids. Come on, we can go out with the girls. You ain't go with the fellows last time. You can go this time. You're in the right place if you hate not having money for something you or your child wants or needs. You're in the right place. Every Thursday night, we're here. Or you're in the right place if you know you make good money, but you just don't seem to be getting ahead, or you're not where you think you should be financially. I already mentioned it. How about this? You're in the right place today if you are finally sick and tired of being sick and tired for the last time. Because we've been sick and tired of being sick and tired before. But you know what? This is a new decade. I'm not having that no more. This is the last time. I'm done. I left that behind. This is 2020. I left that behind. This is the last time. You're in the right place. Signature money system. Money is an acronym because I know Facebook can't see the slides. M-O-N-E-Y is an acronym. Write it down. System is the key. Because when you live your life without a system, and I'm not just talking about a financial system, life without a system, you have no plan, no guideline, there's no format. Stuff is just everywhere. It's out of control. You're living in a state of confusion. You're stressed out. There's arguments. You got organized chaos on this side. You got unorganized chaos on this side. You got little or no financial cushion. The majority of people This is a fact. The majority of people cannot put their hands on $400 cash for an emergency. Cannot put their hands on $400 cash for an emergency. Today's Thursday. This past Monday, I put tires all the way around my car. More than $400. The majority of people cannot do that in cash. They have to put it on a credit card. I put tires all the way around and got an alignment. Most people have to put that on credit and spread out those payments. And that is not an emergency. That's maintenance. If you own a car, that is maintenance. Tires are not an emergency. I tell folks that over and over again. If you live in a Baltimore metro area, you're familiar with I-95 as it passes through. I was coming northbound towards the city, passing up from BWI Airport, coming out of Howard County through Baltimore County. I just passed the airport. I was in the left lane. And you know that left lane is a high-speed exit towards Towson on the 695, going up towards the west side. I had a blowout. I hit something, not this time, a couple years ago. I had a blowout. And I ended up on the left shoulder. That is a high-speed left lane exit. The exiting cars are probably doing 65, and the ones that are not exiting are probably doing 75 or 80. When the tractor trailers passed my car was shaking. I called 911, 1011, 1111. I called everything that was 11. Help a sister out. My location was an emergency. When I called AAA, are you in a safe location? No. With an expletive. No. My location was an emergency. The fact that that tire could not be repaired was not an emergency. Don't mix them up. My location was an emergency. I'm not in a safe location. State police actually showed up. The tire was not an emergency. But when you don't have a cushion, maintenance becomes an emergency. Maintenance is not an emergency. My location was an emergency. Now, when my starter went in the parking lot of Arundel Mills Mall, the location is not an emergency, and the starter is maintenance also. There's no emergency anywhere around. I'm in a safe location, and it's maintenance. No emergency at all. Cars have to be maintained. But when there's no system, maintenance becomes emergencies. Without a system, you end up being on a vicious cycle or a treadmill or a spinning wheel, and things are out of control. The image on this slide says you bought too much stuff, which created a financial emergency, which meant you're broke, which means you're having trouble planning for the future. So you bought more stuff, which meant you created a financial emergency. So you're broke, so you have trouble planning for the future. And this slide is going around and around like a top. It's just spinning from one thing to the next because there's no system. There's no system. So what is my signature money system? Write it down. The M is for mindset. M is for mindset. I should have brought my letters. They're in the other room. O is for observation. N is for knowledge. I know it begins with a K. Work with me. N is for knowledge. E is for execution. Because I can tell you everything in the world, but if you don't do anything about it, ain't happening. And the letter Y is for yearning. You got to have a reason to do all of the above. And each one of these letters is deep. So we only want to get to M tonight. M is for mindset. O is for observation. N is for knowledge. E is for execution. And the letter Y is for yearning. And over the next couple of weeks, and not necessarily each of the next weeks in order, because y'all know I don't know what I'm speak about until Thursday, but I'm going to go through each one of these letters. And we're going to scratch the surface because each letter is too deep for the 30 minutes, 40 minutes that I'm on the air, okay? But I'm going to give you a little bit of an insight into the letters. So mindset. What is your dominant attitude about your money and your finances? And your dominant attitude is not what's top of mind. It's actually deep rooted, deep seated in you. You may not even realize it's there. And it's that dominant attitude that determines your day-to-day decision-making around money, how you're operating with money, how you're spending money, saving money, reacting to money, everything. Managing money is impacting your ability to achieve your goals, your career, everything. It is driving everything. And like I said, it's probably or may not be your top of mind unless you've done some work around your money mindset. So what influences your money mindset? Primarily your past experiences with money. How was money treated and addressed throughout our upbringing? The majority of us, myself included, were not taught about money growing up. We weren't. Money is taboo. It's a taboo topic. We don't talk about it. You got husbands and wives that sleep together and don't know how much money each other makes. Don't have a clue. I have your baby, but you can't know how much my paycheck is. Really? Beliefs about money are influenced by people we hang around with. Our friends, our acquaintances, our family members. It's also influenced by the information we expose ourselves to. I remember years ago when in business, I wanted to start making $20,000 a month in my business. So I started hanging around people making $20,000 a month. Very interesting thing. Those people making $20,000 a month were hanging around people. So let's say they're making $20,000 here. They're hanging around people making $50,000. So it's like Olympic rings. There was an overlap between the 20 and the 50. So now I found myself hanging with some people making $50,000 a month. But you know who they're hanging with? People making $100,000 a month. So if I ease over a little bit, I'm hanging with people making $100,000 a month. You know, 100,000 times 10 is a million, right? So they're millionaires. And you know who they're hanging out with, and these rings keep growing. So before I know it, hanging out with multimillionaires. And the way they think is mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. And here's the interesting thing. Some of the things, a lot of things that I learned with them, I can't share with everybody who has never been in the 10 and 20,000 group, 10 and $20,000 a month group. Because their mind's not ready for it. Now we can go out and drink wine, we can go to jazz festivals, we can do all kinds of stuff like that. But the stuff that I learned from the millionaires, you can't share everything with everybody. But those are things that influence your money mindset. And it was a struggle for me for a while because I had to get used to it because I grew up in the hood. I'm first generation college. When it talks about money mindset influences, the thoughts, ideas, information we expose each other to. We expose ourselves to. So I did bring some of my magazines. So magazines I subscribe to. I have O. I have, not all of them, Entrepreneur magazine. My all-time favorite magazine, a lot of people probably never heard of it, Success magazine. Money magazine. And I get Kiplinger's magazine online. And I get the Business Journal online. I like Real Simple, but I didn't read it, so I canceled the subscription. Oops, I hit the cord. Sorry, Facebook. I hit the cord. Your money mindset is influenced by information. What does the N stand for? Knowledge. By the thoughts, ideas, and information we expose ourselves to. But that's just me. You have to do you. But that's just me. Okay? Don't be like me, be like you, but make sure that it aligns with where you want to be. Okay, so Let's reflect and see if you can gain some insight into your mindset. Because remember, I said it's not going to, probably not the top of mind. It's probably deep, deep, deep undercover, as Eddie Murphy would say. So let's think about your parents or whoever raised you, wherever you spent time as a kid growing up. How did your parents or those adults that you spent time with growing up, how did they view money? Did they have an abundance mindset or a mindset of lack or limitation? Just think about that. You can write the questions down. We'll go to YouTube, hit subscribe, type in Matthews on Money, all one word, hit subscribe and watch the video. Okay? Did those adults constantly complain about not getting paid enough at their job? And at the same time, they continue to stay on that same job day after day after day? Do those adults think that you can solve any money problem as long as you set your mind to it and make a plan? Like, do they have faith in you and your abilities? Now think about your views on money. Do you see any positive parallels to those thought patterns and processes that you were exposed to as a child? Do you see any negative parallels to those thought processes? Think about it. Write it down. Now think about the people you spend the most time around now, or say the last 3 to 5, 10 years. Do they complain about their lack of money and not do anything about it? Do they feel resigned to the fact that they will never have enough? Do they take action or do they not take action? Take action, not take action. And now think about your own views on money. Again, do you see positive parallels to the folks in your circle? Or do you see negative parallels to the folks in your circle? How does your reflection, how does this reflection exercise play out for you? I mean, this is some deep stuff. I have found in my work with clients and in my research, people who grew up poor, really poor, a lot of times they go to extremes. They grow up and they pinch a penny and a dollar until it cries, because they never want to be poor again. And I mean, they hoard money. They hoard it and they pinch it. They're the millionaire next door personified. Or they just blow money. They spend and spend and spend. They make up for everything they never had growing up, to the point where They may be filing bankruptcy, be in foreclosure. They have debt out the wazoo because they feel a sense of entitlement. They never want to be without because they grew up in lack and poverty. That's their money mindset. That's their money mindset. And some of it we're seeing now where, you know, society has changed and so many people are in the middle class and they want their kids to have an experience. And the kids now are so spoiled, they have a sense of entitlement. And the parents don't know what to do. They're saying, you know, they've created these monsters by trying to give their kids a better life than they have for themselves. And they don't know how to rein it back in. Well, that's created a money mindset. And what are these kids going to do when they have kids? They're walking around with $1,500 iPhones and $300 sneakers, and money has no value to them. But what are they going to do when it's time for them to get a job and pay bills when they grew up and money had no value? That's their money mindset. It's going to be interesting. Okay. The good thing is you have the power to change your money mindset. It does take effort. Okay. It takes effort, action. Okay. If you change your mindset about money, you tend to make better choices about how to overcome challenges and things in your life in general. Because you learn strategies and you just learn how to think differently. And it just flows down the line and it crosses in other areas of life. The power of positive thinking really does matter. And on this slide, I have hashtag I can be debt free and developing your debt free dream lifestyle. It's positive thinking, not just because it does take work. Because you've either never thought you could be debt free or you don't believe you can be debt free because you'll tell yourself in the front of your head, okay, I can do it, I'm be debt free. And in the back of your mind, like, man, no, you really can't. You know, you got $50,000 in debt. I just told you the woman paid off $215,000 in student loans. Yeah, but she was a lawyer. Okay, that's negative self-talk. There's a book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. That's part of mindset. And you can change your mindset. Scratch the surface. I tell you, my 5 letters, my signature money system is deep. So just a quick recap on what those 5 letters are. M is for mindset. O is for observation. N is for knowledge. And let me just back up. O is for observation. When we move into observation, it's not just watching your spending. It's watching what you say to yourself. Like I just said, like, oh, well, I just showed you she could pay off $215,000 in debt. Oh, well, she's a lawyer and you're not. Watching what you say to yourself. Observation. N is for knowledge. We talked about some of the knowledge, you know, who is in your circle. So it's not even just knowledge, what you're taking in, okay? E is for execution, and Y is for yearning. So we'll be taking a look at the other 4 letters at some point, but that's the signature money system, and that's what I use to get people out of debt, those 5 letters. And we get out of debt. The mindset that got you into debt can't get you out of debt. Think about it. If want, got you into debt, how can want get you out of debt? We got to convert want into something else so you can get out and stay out. Think about it. All right, y'all. All right, 2020, we're going to kickstart your money in 2020. You know, we got the 2020 Financial Accountability Kickstart. Let's do it. Let's do it. Get that mindset in the mode that you're going to kickstart with the financial accountability for 2020. 8-week online group accountability coaching. It starts Thursday, February the 6th. Jump in it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Be about it. You're going to get a weekly action prompt, bi-weekly accountability Zoom calls with me live. When I get off of this live call, every other week, we're going into a different Zoom room and we're going to knock this thing out. There will be a private Facebook group. The investment in you, you're investing in yourself to kickstart your finances because you're sick and tired of being sick and tired for the last time. The investment in you is $247, but first 5 people, Fast Action Scholarship, $50. $50 off makes it $197. Some of y'all put more than that into sneakers for your children. I'm being real and keeping it real. Some of you spend more than that on a date. Oh, a date's got fringe benefits. Yeah, it's called child support for 18 years. I keep it real. Y'all know I do. Somebody send me some hearts on that one. Okay, go to kickstart2020.gr8.com. Kickstart2020.gr8.com. Get in the 2020 Financial Accountability Kickstart. Let's get your finances on the right path. Let's get your finances on the right path. You know what I say almost every week. Success does not come to you. You got to go to it. Invest in yourself. Invest in yourself. First 5 people get a discount. 8 weeks, $247 investment in yourself. $50 off for the first 5 people. Kickstart2020.gr8.com. I will see you back here next week, January 30th, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Told y'all I was feeling better. Didn't cough at all. So glad to have you. Thank you. Bring a friend next week. This one will be loaded on Facebook. Will be loaded on YouTube. First 5 people get that discount. Don't think about it. Be about it. Make this your debt-free decade. It did not take me a decade to get out of debt, and I had over $30,000 in debt. When I said, forget it, let's get rid of it, it's getting on my nerves. It did not take me a decade. It did not. All right, guys, have a great night. Headed out, 240 sandwiches for the homeless. I'm super excited, and I will see you next week.